Hi everyone, Max here from Flow.ai. Today we're turning a raw website form submission into a qualified lead, a clean CRM record, a tailored proposal with a clean PDF, and a drafted reply end-to-end inside n8n. Think of a prospect hitting your site during lunch. Before you finish your coffee, they receive a thoughtful on-brand proposal and your team is notified. We'll capture the phone, use AI to separate spam, support, and opportunity, check for duplicates, update your CRM, be it Sheets, Airtable, HubSpot, or Salesforce, whatever you use, generate an offer from your own proposal library with an assistant API, convert the HTML to PDF, attach it to an email draft, and ping Slack or team. It is calm, modular, and repeatable, no gimmicks, just a build you can ship today. If you want this adapted to your stack or done for you, there is a link below to book a quick call. Let's see how it works step by step. All right, so today we're going to build an AI automation system for a client that works in the corporate finance industry. Basically, they offer such services as budgeting, M&A, cash flow forecasting, and some others. And we're going to be automating the system from gathering and capturing the lead through the website form up until creating a custom email with a custom offer pre-created for this particular client. In the B2B segment, this is pretty common that you will have to get in touch with the client, clarify the problem, basically then get back and create a custom offer and then customize an email and send this email to the client. And this will usually take several hours per client because you pretty much need to customize it personally for each client. But with the help of AI, we can actually automate this process. And just because those offers are usually pretty much templated, just because you have pretty much similar types of problems between different clients, you can sort of automate this process. And let's actually take a look how it works in reality. So first of all, what we start with is basically receiving a webhook. And let me show you how this actual process works. So let me go to the website, and this is our lead form that the client can leave and submit. So let's say we're going to do this for one of the clients. Let's say the client is looking for a corporate budget. So do you guys offer budget? So in n8n, in order for this to work, the form has to be active, and it indeed is active. But so that we can show you how it actually works, I'm going to execute the workflow and I'm going to submit the form right in here. So once the form is submitted, we should receive the response through a webhook, and basically then the process starts. So as you can see here, we would pretty much get the same data that we would get from the form. So what happens next is we basically, once we receive this data, we need to classify what this data is about. Because sometimes if you guys have a form on your website, you pretty much know that you also receive quite a lot of spam actually messages. So that's why here's an AI agent that will basically do the following. It will get the information from the form, and the only job it needs to actually do is basically to classify if this message that we just have received, if this is a spam message, if this is the opportunity message, so that a potential lead, or it is needs attention message. Because sometimes there might be like a cooperation proposal, promo offer, or some other stuff, and that's why we would want to take additional look. That's kind of a bigger prompt that I have for this agent, where I describe what basically it needs to do, what it is part of, and a couple of examples just to give it the context, because sometimes people are going to ask about cooperation possibilities with us without actually providing clear value if they want to get our services or not. So that's why I gave a little bit more context about our firm, so that although the task classification itself is pretty basic, I wanted to make sure that the AI actually doesn't make any bigger mistakes here. So that's why we have a bigger prompt. And basically the only thing it does, if we go to structured output pass, are basically three options: ignore, opportunity, needs attention. So here we have three nodes, and basically if this is ignore node, basically nothing happens. That's the node that has been finished. If the email needs an attention, basically it will send me a Slack message. So that could be the case when the company says, well, I bought the product from you, but it actually doesn't work, or something actually broke, or you got bad PR or something like that. So by this one, it will instantly send me a message right in here into my Slack channel. And the third one is basically the opportunity or a lead that's coming through the website. And if that is the case, we're going to do the next step. So the next thing is we're going to go to our Airtable. And for this particular example, as a database for my potential clients, I use Airtable, but you can use Google Sheets, you can Excel, you can use Salesforce, Pipedrive, HubSpot, or any other CRM service that you actually guys have. Let's take a look at Airtable. And here what we have is basically we set all the fields because I have pre-created the base right in here already. So we got like 18 entries. We got the first name, last name, country, email, company name, message, date, and blah, 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 some other stuff. Basically everything, most of the things that are coming through the lead form. So let's take a look at the Airtable record node. Basically what we do here is we take all the information we have received through a website lead form and we plug it in right in here, the first name, last name, country, email, company name, etc., etc. Very simple, nothing specific here. And the important part is that we want to keep track of that information, even though if the client is the same and reaching out a couple of times, which usually does not happen, because if the client has reached out to you guys at least once, you have sent him an email or something, he will probably reach out through the email, not through the website form. But sometimes that happens that you have quite many emails you can answer and people are bombarding you with different notifications through different things. One of those would be your website. So even if this is the case, I want to keep track of this information. That's why I still create a new record, not an update the existing record, so that I can keep track of all the messages the client has sent us. So the next node is very cool and actually important node, because this is basically the way we actually are creating the custom offer. And how we actually do that? Well, in this case, I'm using Assistance API, which is an old API endpoint from OpenAI. And I'm not sure if they're going to keep it for how much long. I think they've mentioned they plan to depreciate it, but I'm not sure, to be honest. But I've used it before and it worked pretty fine. And the reason I like it, because it's just simpler. You don't need to figure out how would you upload all the previous files through the rack system and a Pinecone database. Basically where you go openai.com, here you hit dashboard and then you go to assistants, and here you can find pretty much all the different assistants. You can create one. So for this particular example, we're using the assistant with the name of our helper, and let me quickly find this one. So here we have it, and I have the system instructions on the OpenAI side, not on the n8n side. So I don't need to do this actually twice. So here I say pretty explicitly that you're a professional, you will receive requests. The requests may be in different languages, you will receive the task. Here are the specifics that you need to work on, and those are a couple of notes. So yeah, so those are basically a couple of examples. For the temperature and top P, I set it to 0.5. This is what I found gonna be the most optimal for this case. So what I'm actually doing, I'm calling this assistant from n8n. So if we're going here, I can pretty much use the node message and assistant from n8n, and here I can pre-select the assistants that I already have and pre-created. The only difference here is that I need to define the user prompt, user message right in here, and this is very simple. So based on the following information that we have received from our client through the website form, we need to create a custom offer, and it already knows what to do. Well, and the coolest part that I didn't show you is that here we've got the file search. So here it's pretty simple. We just go and add the files we need. In my case, I have, as an example given to him, like 11 different offers that I've built for my clients before, or this company has actually built for my clients. So those are fake offers, actually, for this example. But you will upload your own offers that you've built for the client. And you don't need to figure out the Pinecone database. You don't need to figure out how to set up the nodes and all that stuff. It's pretty straightforward here. Just click upload and upload the files. And that's basically it. That's why I like it in particular. And here we don't need to specify any instructions, because we just say there is an option to preserve original tools. And basically all the settings that we've built in the Assistance API, they keep the same. We just need to say, let's just do this kind of thing. Let's do the user prompt and basically receive additional data, do your job. And one important thing I did forget to mention is that if we go back to this guy, I think it's stated right in here that we are looking to create an offer in the HTML format. And just because I want my offer to be actually formatted nicely, I have to specify a few things so that you have to align headings to the center, signature line to the left, and a few other things. This is because I don't want to be formatting the offers each and every time. I want to generate them in HTML format, and HTML format actually allows you to format things the way you want to. So that's why it is an important thing you will get it in the HTML. So that's why here, for example, when I look at the output that I receive, it says HTML and head and style and blah, 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 and a lot of other things. The other thing that I've used is pdf.co here, and the reason I'm using pdf.co because I want to transform my offer to actually PDF, because if I send a PDF, it's probably a little bit more professional, just a regular Google Doc. And for this one, I'm using pdf.co service, which is really nice, and I suggest because it has plenty of different features of how you can work with different file formats, and they have pretty generous free trial as well. So you can generate your key, you will go to n8n, it will connect your API key right in here. And basically what I'm doing here is I'm passing the HTML code that I've had generated from Assistance API. Well, this formula that I have right in here, it's basically replace the tags, because sometimes what we receive from our Assistance API model is basically tag, no, not a tag, but a kind of quotation marks, 3 single quotation marks, and then there goes like HTML. And this is because this is the way it actually outputs the results in the HTML on the interface in like ChatGPT or any other interfaces. And that's why, you know, it breaks the HTML style itself. That's why what I want to do here, I want to prevent of these things actually appearing in the HTML code. So I want to remove them, and that's what this code comes for. And basically what it does, it actually references the output that we got and a little bit formats it. And then we get to create the file name. And what is important, we have to go with .pdf at the very end, as you can see right in here, so that it saves the file in the PDF. And I save the file with the name of the company I'm creating offer for. Right, so once this is done, what it does is basically creates us the custom offer. And this is how it actually looks. So look at this one. Cooperation offer. Thank you for your inquiry regarding our services. There's the company, number of employees, blah, blah, blah. Our corporate budgeting service designed to provide you with this and that. Here's the price and deadline, time. Sincerely, your name, corporate finance consulting team, your company name, blah, blah, blah. Well, what actually I'm lacking a little bit is this kind of part, but I can go and change that really easily. If I go to my Assistance API and say you have to always sign off as, you know, Max H API and blah, blah, blah. So, but I mean, in terms of design, I think it's pretty nice. It has different even colors here. It has kind of a frame around it, which would make it look a little bit more professional. So this is what we got from the pdf.co, and once we get it, basically the next thing we need to do, we want to attach this offer to our email draft, but in order to do that, we have to download the file, and that's why we're using HTTP request here with this URL to basically download the file. So once we get the file in the binary format, we can go and create basically our email. So here we click create the email. We have to insert your credentials and all that. You probably know how to do that already. So this is the subject, cooperation proposal from Flowbyte to, and here I go with the company name. Here I go with the date and basically the service described. And if I go to my email, to my draft email, this is how it actually looks. Cooperation proposal from Flowbyte to Best Company, September 16th. I think that is the last one that we have. Yeah, so cooperation proposal from Flowbyte to Best Company, September 16th, budgeting. So this is what this company was about. And if we go to the actual content, basically the content is sort of prescripted. And if we go here, we can see, Dear Jack, it takes the name of the person. Thank you for an interest in our services. Please find the cooperation proposal for your company. That was inserted from the form submitted through the website. Here we get our date. Here we get the service that it has pre-selected. And here we have the PDF actually attached that we've just have created with our AI assistant. So this PDF was created in the HTML format and transformed to actual PDF that we can send in as an attachment. So what is really nice, it also inserted sort of the numbers. Well, you can add the numbers to yourself because kind of it assumes what is the average number range could be based on the previous offers that you have. So yeah, once you have the message, then you're gonna go and insert the binary data that we have just got from downloading the file in the previous node using the HTTP request method. And for the to email, we're basically taking that email from the lead submission form. And this is how we can automate the whole process. The last thing we do, we want to insert that offer into our Airtable database. So if we go to the Airtable database, we see number 18, Jack Smith, United States of America. This is what we've just submitted. Right in here, I'm not sure why the time is a little bit different from the one that I have here, because it's kind of UTC. I'm on kind of GMT +3 time zone. Maybe it just doesn't account for that apparently. But here you can also see the offer, which is pretty nice. And this is the reason I actually prefer Airtable to like Excel or Sheets, because you can insert some documents into the file, and you know, it's pretty straightforward. I have all the different documents right in here with different clients. It's kind of nice to have it. Quick recap of the lead to offer engine in n8n: capture the form, classify with AI, update your CRM, generate a custom proposal, convert HTML to PDF, drop the email, and notify your team so responses are instant, offers stay consistent, and your data stays clean. If you want the exact node map and prompt pack, comment n8n lead and send me DM on LinkedIn. I will send you the full template. If you have any questions left, drop them in the comments below. If this helped, like and subscribe for weekly no fluff builds that turn leads into revenue. And if you want an implementation for your company, use the link below to book a quick call. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.